Hello everybody, Mike Arnold here, co-founder of Path Trading Partners along with Bob Iacchino. Bitcoin retesting the most recent highs, poking above the 35.74, actually forming a divergence. See, this had a higher, we had a higher high over here than this high, but the RSI was lower. It's sort of a big picture divergence. It's weaker because it's also a horizontal channel, just pointing that out in case people were wondering if it does qualify as a divergence. Yes, it's just a weaker one. Looks like we also closed in the daily rotation zone barely, and then strong bar up, big reversal down. Sellers coming in big, still breaking down. Going to see if we get the key close below about 34.70, and then especially if we get a close below 34.60. My first indication is going to be close below 34.70. Then I'll be watching to see if we can get the close below 34.60, and then I'll be watching for the lower prices. Right now, we get the cross the rotation zone. It's not separated a lot though, so minor resistance coming in about this 3,500. Then if we got through there, I'd be watching for another test of the other side of the channel, about the 35.50 area. Still the same targets to the downside. Let's check in on that daily chart. Daily chart, you can see we got the little close in the rotation zone and then an abrupt failure. So lots of sellers. This is why we watch these rotation zones. It also came up and retested that we over here, support, and we talked about it becoming resistance here, coming into the rotation zone, resistance here, and rotation back down. So that's a very key level. If we're going to look for any rally, it's really got to get above, on a closing daily basis, about 35.80. Then we'd be watching for the upper end of the rotation zone, which is 36.11. But right now we have a lot of weakness and selling coming in, so would not jump in front of this. And there is no downside reversal pattern. Just a bigger picture reminder. If we go through the most recent lows at 34.22, we have a cluster at 33.64. The next level is 33.07 to 33.22. Switching over to Ethereum. Ethereum also running up, poking out, eking out slightly new higher highs. Technically not a divergence on this one. Then falling back down, selling pressure coming in here too. So we then update these levels in case it does run up with this big pullback. And right now I'm going to be watching to see for the close above 106, and then a retest of the lows, and then watching if we fall through that to go test the 103.20 level. These are just the minor levels, which are still the same. If we get through that 103.20 level, we can also put on the minor levels here. You can go do a reverse scan box to give you some minor levels down here, which just reinforces this old 0.125 level. So the 101.87 is very minor, but the major cluster now coming in about 154 to 173. So that's the level. If we break to new recent lows, the key levels we'll be watching below. Again, we're still in a bigger picture horizontal channel. Let's check out the daily chart. You can see that close in the rotation zone and then an abrupt failure. So the levels we've updated to the upside, 115 and then 116, the 116.48 level coming in at the top of the rotation zone. But with this weakness, unless we suddenly get a lot of strength coming in, this rotation zone is just going to keep falling. So those levels are going to become more irrelevant as the rotation zone falls. Other than that, would not stand in front of this thing. This is just a complex correction into the rotation zone and then rotating back down. That's why we keep the daily rotation zone in our clear picture and don't get aggressive as long as we're trading against the rotation zone from a long side. And when things do get in the rotation zone, that's when, if you're capable of shorting, that's when some people begin to short and ride it down lower, covering as it goes down. So we have for you on this quick update, and we'll talk to everyone soon. Bye for now.